Hi. It's okay, you want to do something, you can come under. See, just do what you want to play with, please.
Guys, if you're watching, they can't see me.
Yes, they can't and they shouldn't. Hi guys. So I came here today to tell you something about fear and shame. Why you are afraid to talk about your story. I've been talking to some women and a lot of them are going through so much pain. In fact, a lot of people are stuck even after coming out of their abuse. They are stuck. They are still stuck. You know, they're not able to they're not able to go on their healing. They're not able to start their healing. They're not even able to come to terms with what they've been through. And one of the problems is that, you see, the devil is holding you down. The devil is not going to allow you to say your testimony. See, it's a testimony that you came out of abuse. It's a good thing that you left abuse. You know, some people say, oh, that is a bad thing, that because they've divorced. See, divorce is not a bad thing if you divorce for the right reason. Would you stay there and die? Look at the women that have died in abuse. Is that what you want? Is that the fate you want for yourself and your children? See, the more you hide what you've been through, the more you will never be able to heal. You have to talk about it. There's healing that comes from opening up about it. That's why they recognize cognitive behavioral therapy. What do you do there? You talk. You talk to your therapist. That's why they recommend things like that, because the more you talk about what you've been through, the pain, you start to heal. You start to feel better. You start to feel better. You start to heal.
Can you?
Have this one. You just wait for the macaroni and cheese to finish. Do you understand? You start to heal. So please, because I'm telling you, like, if you keep hiding your story, if you keep hiding what you've been through, you will not be able to start your healing. You have to just face it. Forget shame. People will talk. If you stay in abuse, people will talk. If you leave abuse, people will talk. If you leave and you don't get healing, people will talk. If you leave and you get healing, people will talk. Whatever you do, people will talk. People will talk. No matter what you do, people are going to talk. So why not do something that will work for yourself, for your children? Stop being afraid. Yes. Stop being afraid. Is it about what people will say? Have you thought of the end goal? See, if you come out of abuse and you start to heal, you will thank your stars. Let me tell you something else that happens when people come out of abuse and they are stuck in the abuse, they don't do anything about it, or they are afraid to share their story, or afraid to even talk to anybody about what has occurred, what has happened. When they want to go into another relationship, because they've not healed, guide them on life, because they've not healed well, they start to fall into the same patterns. You will meet another man, you go and marry a narcissist again. If you go and marry 10 times narcissist, you keep attracting narcissists. Because you've not learned to understand how to identify these toxic people. You've not learned to understand what causes you to attract this kind of people. You've not learned to understand how to love yourself enough not to take that level of disrespect or to set boundaries. You have to learn those things. You can't just come out. Even if it takes you 10 years to go into another relationship, my dear, if you've not gone to therapy, or you've not spoken about what you've been through, or you've not developed techniques or spoken to somebody, don't go into another relationship. Don't go into another marriage. For your sake and for the sake of your children. Stop being afraid of saying what you're going through. Stop being afraid to share your story. People will talk. People will always talk. There's no need to be afraid. You see, that fear is what is holding you down. That fear, that thing that is keeping you from talking, that shame. That shame holds people's destinies down. Shame. Me, I'm not even shameful again. I don't know, whatever anybody wants to use against me. It doesn't concern me. If you like, say what you want to say. You have your mouth. It's your opinion. Because I'm not going to allow somebody's opinion that was formed from lack of knowledge to affect my destiny. Nice. But you have to wait, because you know that thing is going to make noise. Okay. I'll set it up. So that's it. They just make you icing. Do you understand what I mean? So you have to come out of that shell. See, shame is what is causing you to be stuck. Some people come out of abuse and they're still stuck. They're still stuck. They're not able to come out, but they've come out physically, but mentally they're not out of that abuse. And people remain like this for 10 years, for 15 years, for 20 years. See, no jokes. I've seen somebody that has remained for more than 20 years. They've left the abuser physically, but mentally they are still going through the abuse. They're still putting themselves through that process. Oh, he said I wasn't good enough. Oh, I can't take care of my children. Oh, I'm so depressed. Yes, you will remain depressed because you've not taken the right steps to seek help, to help yourself. See, this mental health is the same thing as your body. The same way we take care of our body, our health, you have to take care of your mental health. And there's no how you will go through abuse that you are the same person that came out of that abuse. You are not the same person that went in, that came out. You are two different people. So now you have to rediscover this new you that went through abuse. You have to understand what this new you has endured, has been through. You have to understand why this you had to go through something like that. You know, you have to come to that realization. Without coming to that realization, you just go around the pattern. And I'm saying this because I went around these patterns. And that's why I say it confidently, because I've been in group sessions and I've seen more women go through these patterns. See, there's just a way to do things. You go through abuse, you seek help, you start to discover yourself, you go on a self-awareness journey, you start to heal, you start to feel better. Then maybe you can attract the right person, because then you know how to set boundaries. Then you love yourself enough not to tolerate certain things. You understand? So please, I beg you, whatever you will do for yourself is to open up about your story. You have to just open up about your story. Shame is of the devil. There's nothing shameful about your pain. There's nothing shameful about the abuse you've gone through. Who should be ashamed is the abuser, not you. The person that should be ashamed is the abuser, not you. There's nothing shameful about your pain. There's nothing shameful about, if people should hear that I went through abuse, if people should hear about this thing happening to me, they will think I'm weak. Let me tell you something. Abusers don't go for weak people. Guys, you're making noise. Abusers don't go for weak people. Yes, they come for you that you are strong, because it helps their sense of what they call it. You know, they need to feel great. They need you. You are their supply. They need that thing they see in you that makes you so strong is what they came for. The glory upon your head. So don't think it's because you are weak that you got abused. No, it's because you are a strong person. But somebody else will ask, but if I'm a strong person, why did I allow myself to feel that way? It's love. Let's blame it on love, emotions. Because when you don't know how to self-regulate emotions sometimes, you know, these kind of things can happen. Unfortunately, some of our parents didn't teach us emotional healthy things. They didn't teach us to say no. They didn't teach us to set boundaries. They didn't teach us to respect ourselves. They taught us to respect other people, but they didn't teach us to respect ourselves, especially women in the African society. We were taught to serve a man, to serve, everything about a man, but you are not taught to serve yourself. You are not taught to love yourself. You are not taught to carry yourself in a way, that you are a queen. You're not taught to embrace your wholeness as a woman. So you have to learn this thing. Like I said, the person that went through abuse is different from the person that came out. So you see, you didn't know your old self properly. That's why that kind of happened to you. But now that you have come out a different person, you now have to go on a self-awareness journey to know yourself properly, to understand what you've been through. But it starts by you opening mouth. You always hear this thing, stop shouting, Baro, can you leave me alone? See, they say something. They say a closed mouth is a closed destiny. It is true. You close your mouth, nothing happens. You have to open up. If you can't get into therapy, find someone that is close enough for you to open up. Start writing. Get a journal. Start writing the things you went through. And as you are writing, practice gratitude. Every day, thank God for something you've done better. If it's to wake up to have your bath, maybe you're going through depression, it's something to be grateful for. I'm grateful I was able to have my bath today. I'm grateful that despite what I went through, I'm able to write this journal. Thank God for the little things. Be grateful. They said gratitude is medicine to the soul. It is true. It is the truth. You have to be grateful. Practice gratitude as you're writing your story. You need to write your story. If you can't talk about it yet, but I'm telling you, once you can talk about it, you've broken that siege. You've broken that ceiling that is covering you from breaking forth. That thing that is causing you to be stuck. You've broken it once you can talk about your story. Anyways, I just thought to quickly drop this here because I've had a lot of cases like this, and I just want women to understand that no, you are not the one that should feel ashamed. So what if people are going to talk? Let your abuser carry that shame, not you. I'm very proud of you that you are able to come out. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Please stand tall, raise your chin high. You're not just a warrior, you're not just a survivor, you are a warrior. Well done. I salute you. Much love. Can one be aware of self but still be abused? Yes, it's possible. You can be aware of self but still be abused. It's true. It's not because you are self-aware doesn't mean you cannot be abused. But what it does is that it won't take you too long to realize that you are with a toxic person. It won't take you too long to realize that you're in an abusive situation. And it will help you quicker to be able to come out of a toxic situation if you are self-aware. But that doesn't mean you can't be abused if you are self-aware. If you are self-aware, because these abusers can mimic your desires. They're good at masking themselves. They can mimic that void. You know, maybe you are somebody that you were neglected when you were small. So there's something you're seeking. You don't know, subconsciously you're seeking love. Because you experienced neglect as a child. So subconsciously you don't know that you're seeking love. An abuser can quickly recognize that because they are very emotionally intelligent. Narcissists are very emotionally intelligent. Sociopaths, psychopaths are very emotionally intelligent. They're quite intelligent. So they can pick up on these vulnerabilities in you and they can prey on it. They know what to do. They know how to get you to love them that way. Do you understand? So it's good to seek self-awareness. Self-awareness just helps you not to remain in that place for long. It helps you to quickly come to a realization that I need to set boundaries, because it will help you to filter the wrong ones. You see, when you're self-aware, you know, maybe you've attracted the wrong person. After a while you just realize that why is this person talking to me like this? Why should I tolerate this level of disrespect from this person? You know, eventually, maybe if you're not self-aware, maybe you'll have stayed in that place for 10 years. But because you're self-aware, maybe it will just take you 6 months, maybe a year, you know, but that doesn't mean you can't be abused. It just reduces the impact, or would I say the effect, the negative effect of the abuse of you. Because by the time you start setting boundaries, the abuser will eventually leave. And straight away. Then the abuser will eventually leave. Anyways, I didn't intend for this to be long, but I hope this has helped somebody. Don't hide your story. Don't be afraid to share your story. I have a blog where I write things every day. You'll see on my highlights, you know, you see my blog page. I also have a team of people that can help you write your story. It's better you write your story yourself, but the process also helps you therapeutically to write your story, whereby you either use voice notes to write your story, or you jot it down in bullet points and they walk you through your story. Because it's good to reflect on what you've actually been through. It's a form of therapy, you know, to reflect. Baruch, really? To reflect on what you've gone through, you know. It's really therapeutic, and I pray that God helps you. Don't be afraid. Start talking about your story. Start. The devil is causing you to be ashamed. You don't have any reason to be shameful. Yes, you are victorious. God bless. Have a lovely Sunday. Bye for now.